Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Ida bhikkave bhikkhu kāye kāyānupassī viharati ātāpi sampajāno satimā vinayya loke avidyā domanassaṃ gaccanto vā gaccāmīti pajānāti Tito va titom hiti pajanati Nisinno va nisinnom hiti pajanati Sayano va sayanom hiti pajanati. Venerable Sirs, friends in the Dhamma, now we are going to continue our retreat. At this moment, we hope to practice walking meditation. I think sometimes you may have some experiences about the walking meditation. This is one of the ways that we practice mindfulness according to Satipatthana Sutta, the great discourse of mindfulness which comes in the Digha Nikaya. According to Buddha's message, Buddhist teachings, we find a very big discourse about mindfulness in Tripitaka, three baskets, Sutta Pitaka, in Digha Nikaya. It explains as Mahasatipatthana Sutta. There we can see four areas of mindfulness: the contemplation of body, the contemplation of feelings, the contemplation of consciousness, and the contemplation of mental formations. These are the four areas that we practice mindfulness. First of all, we should have clear vision about the Satipatthana. Satipatthana is divided into three. One of them is Satipatthana or mindfulness, then Satipatthana Bhavana, mindfulness meditation, and the third one, Satipatthana Bhavana Gamini Patipada, the path that leads to mindfulness meditation. These three areas are very important. When we see mindfulness is very famous in the present society. Everywhere we can find mindfulness. It is sold in the highest price in the current world. But when we come to the Buddhism, Buddhism has very special meaning about mindfulness. Not just living in the present moment, but living in the present moment wisely. That is very important. There we practice three areas. One of them is mindfulness. Mindfulness means living in the present moment based on the conventional truth, Sammuti Satya. Gaccanto va gaccamiti pajanati. Tito va titom hiti pajanati, so on. When we walk, we are aware of now I am walking. When we sit in here, we are aware of that now I am sitting. When we eat something, we are mindful. That is mindfulness. That based on the conventional truth. Mindfulness meditation means it has another meaning, deep meaning, which is contemplating on insight or vipassana bhavana, impermanence. First we keep our attention in the present moment, and also when we look at something, we immediately look at those physical world, the material world has already ceased. Then we are here, not outside. Whenever we are outside, even we are practicing concentration meditation. For an example, when we contemplate on that, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful, we may think that there are some people outside world. It is true according to conventional truth. We practice it to concentrate our mind. But when we go to the deeper level, we understand even though we take something outside at the present moment, we take everything through our mind consciousness. Since when we understand something, the first experience has ceased. When we are eating something, the food is here. Even though we look at the food which is in the plate, we are tasting with the food which is in the mouth. Like that, we see the world wisely and mindfully when we practice mindfulness meditation, which is based on insight meditation and the ultimate truth. But we start as a gradual path. Buddhism explains an ordinary path, gradual path. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila and Samatha based on the conventional truth, this world. But when you go to the Vipassana Bhavana, mindfulness meditation, they are our understanding based on the ultimate truth. We see the world that we experience at the moment, the material world has ceased. I recognize everything through my mind consciousness. Then we release from the outside material world. At the same time, we reflect on the impermanence of my present mental formations. That also impermanent. It arises and ceases at the moment. This is the way how we completely cease from suffering. That is the way how we liberate completely from suffering. First, we come to sila or virtue, moral conduct, discipline in our speech and behavior. Next, we concentrate our mind based on the conventional truth, the physical world, persons or materials or something. That based on the conventional truth, the present material world. We use it as a primary technique in order to concentrate our mind. Mind always goes here and there. We want to concentrate our mind in the present moment as a primary technique. We keep our mind in a particular wholesome object. That is for conventional truth. That is for our concentration. When mind gains concentration, we reflect on impermanence. Forms are impermanent. Feelings are impermanent. Consciousness is impermanent. Perception is impermanent. Mental formations are impermanent. Everything arises and fall away at the moment. On this path, we practice walk-in meditation. Walk-in meditation based on the conventional truth, Sammuti Satya, to concentrate our mind. It belongs to Kayanupassana. According to Mahasatipatthana Sutta, the great discourse of mindfulness, we practice walk-in meditation as a meditation of Kaye Kayanupassī Viharati, the contemplation of body. There we have several meditation techniques such as breathing meditation, walk-in meditation, contemplating on 4 fundamental elements, contemplating of our impurity of body parts, contemplating on a dead body. Those things belong to Kayanupassana. Among them, walk-in meditation belongs to Iriyapata Bhavana, the contemplation of 4 postures: standing, walking, sitting, and lying down. When we are standing, we are aware of that now I am standing. When we are sitting, we are aware of that now I am sitting. When we walk, we are aware of that now I am walking. When we are lying down, we are aware of that now I am lying down. Among them, walk-in meditation we use as a meditation technique in order to concentrate our mind in the present moment. When we walk, we are aware of walking at the present moment. We keep our mind in the present moment. We walk slowly, mindfully, and silently. Sometimes you can walk fast, but especially when we practice walking meditation, we try to use it slowly. We use SMS concept. You know SMS concept? Silently, mindfully, slowly. That is Buddhist SMS. Silently, mindfully, slowly. But when we do our day-to-day activities, sometimes we are very fast, but still we are mindful. But especially when we practice mindfulness, we use these techniques silently, mindfully, and slowly. There we are aware of our body posture, which we are walking. Keeping our attention in the present moment, look at very nearby, and we walk slowly. When we keep right leg, we know that I am keeping right leg, left leg, so on. We are walking slowly. Lifting, walking, keeping. Lifting, walking, keeping, so on. Mindfully, slowly we walk. When our mind goes here and there, again we keep our mind in the present moment. First of all, we stand up, then we keep our attention here around the nose or upper lip. Nasikageva mukha. You know, in Buddhism it says, according to Jnana Vibhanga, in Vibhanga Pakarana, when Buddha explains the Jnana, first of all, we should keep our attention in this area around the nose or upper lip as a primary technique. When we go to the deeper level, we don't need to keep our attention here. But when we start meditation, we keep our attention in this area. Nasikageva mukha. Lift up nose or upper lip. This is a technique that we keep our attention in the present moment. We start this technique, sati nimitta, mindfulness object, the object of mindfulness, sati nimitta. Keeping our attention in the present moment, we slowly walk mindfully. And when mind gradually gains concentration, we can go forward. We can practice another meditation technique that belongs to the Kayanupassana, which is contemplation of elements. The contemplation of 4 fundamental elements. Our physical body consists with 4 fundamental elements. They are Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. Earth element, water element, fire element, and air element. These 4 things are in our body. Our body consists with these 4 things: solidity, fluidity, heat and motion. When mind gradually gains concentration, we contemplate on thus, my body, physical body consists with these 4 things: Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. Earth element, water element, fire element, and air element. While we are walking, as walk in meditation, if you can do it, you can practice Dhatu Manasikara, the contemplation of elements, which belongs to Kayanupassana. The contemplation of 4 fundamental elements, Dhatu Manasikara. But we start as a simple way. When we walk mindfully. If you can do only one thing, which is walk in meditation, mindful walking, that is enough. If you can go forward by using Dhatu Manasikara, the contemplation of elements, you can do it. My body, when I walk here, you should think that, you can think that my body consists with these 4 things: We keep our attention in our four fundamental elements. And also, if you want to turn it to Vidarsana Bhavana, Vipassana Bhavana, insight meditation, you can do it. While you are working, if you are interested in practicing insight meditation, if you have heard Buddhism a lot, you can immediately come to Vipassana Bhavana too. If not, don't worry. If you can practice. When I keep my legs here, when I walk, when I feel something to my physical body, the very first experience as what it is, I understand these feelings to my body through my mind consciousness. When I recognize this experience, the very first experience has already fallen away or ceased. I recognize these things through my mind consciousness. That mind consciousness also arises and ceases at the moment. It is not permanent. It is impermanent. It is dissatisfactory. It is selfless. While you are listening to me, if you like, you can practice even insight meditation. Even though I am seeing this person, when I recognize this person, I recognize everything through my mind consciousness. When I listen to this person's sound, I recognize through my mind consciousness. At that moment, ear consciousness has ceased. While you are listening to Dhamma, you can practice even insight meditation. When I preach Dhamma to you, I also can practice insight meditation. Even though I talk to this audience, when I recognize these persons, the audience, actually the formal world has already ceased. I talk to my own mind, not to you. I may think that I am talking many people here who are listening to me very carefully. That is true according to the convention of truth. When I am going to the deeper level, I have talked to my own mind. This is the reality, whether we know or not, whether we like or not. This is the reality. Finally, we should understand in order to overcome the samsaric circle completely. If we want to overcome suffering completely, one day we have to come to this reality. Until that, we have to practice it again and again in our day-to-day life. First of all, we should have a clear understanding about the final destination where we are reaching. Finally, we have to release from the material world. Yatta patave chapocha tejo vayo nagadati. Where we don't depend on in the material world, which consists with four fundamental elements. Again, yatta namancha rupancha asesanga kurujyati. Wherever our mind doesn't depend on the material world or the mental world, that is the place where we liberate. For our liberation, for our emancipation, enlightenment. Understanding this path, now we are going to practice walking meditation. First of all, very first thing that we should do, we mindfully stand up and mindfully go to the place where your shoes are in, and you wear everything mindfully, and as a line we walk together mindfully. If you are comfortable, you can go more rounds. When you feel it is difficult, you can come back here. As much as we can, at least 15 minutes we will practice walking meditation. Have any question? We mindfully walk, keeping our hands here or here like this, or in backside there, or in this way. And we keep our attention in front of us about 6 feet, and we slowly walk. And first, we are walking mindfully, being aware of our physical body and our posture. I am standing and I am walking now. And at that moment, we can feel the, cold weather. We can see the beauty of the environment too. In our busy schedule, busy life, we have no time to enjoy the environment. Now, walking meditation is a place where we can enjoy the environment, very natural environment. But be careful about your diseases or something and having your clothes. Let's try to practice walking meditation. That may be a very good experience for your life. Having this experience here, when we walk in our day-to-day life, we can do everything gradually, mindfully. Not only we practice Dhamma or meditation when we are closing our eyes in the Bhavana hall, but whatever we do in our day-to-day life, if we are mindful, everything belongs to meditation. Whenever you are mindful, you are meditating. Whenever you are not mindful, even though you are closing eyes in the Bhavana hall, you are not meditating. As I mentioned earlier, in Buddha's time, many disciples attained enlightenment when they were listening to Dhamma while opening their eyes. They listening to Dhamma mindfully. It means they were practicing Dhamma. They were meditating, opening their eyes. While they were listening to Dhamma, they have attained some enlightenment levels. Not only audience has attained enlightenment, but even preachers. There were some monks, while they were preaching Dhamma to the audience, they have attained some levels of the spirituality. Some monks have come to the seat as a Sotapanna person who has come to extreme entry. They go out from the seat as an Anagami person, not returning person. Sometimes there were monks who came to the Dhamma seat as an Anagami person. After finishing Dhamma Desana sermon, they have gone from the seat as an enlightened person. While they were preaching Dhamma, mindfully, they practiced Dhamma. They were meditating Dhamma. That is why they could attain enlightenment while they were preaching Dhamma. Listening to Dhamma is a place where you can liberate from suffering. Preaching Dhamma is a place for me to liberate from suffering, for the enlightenment. Dear friends in the Dhamma, now we are going to start our walking meditation. We start our walking meditation session from the front door. If your shoes are there, you can bring them here and wear your shoes and other jackets and everything here. Then we will start from the main gate. Okay? If there is anything to ask, everything is okay? Okay, let's go. How was your walking meditation? You feel happy? Enjoy the environment, weather? Yes. Living with the Dhamma is the way how to live happily. The more we are with the Dhamma, the more we are happier and the more we are mindful too. If we want to enjoy the life, we should practice Dhamma. The more we practice Dhamma, the more we enjoy our life. We enjoy the present moment with the environment and with the people. When we associate people, some people have good qualities, then we can follow their good qualities. Sometimes they have some mistakes, misbehaviors. There also we have a chance to practice Dhamma. That is the very proper way, proper moment that we have the chance to practice Dhamma. First of all, we started our session with loving kindness meditation. We said that when we see a person, we should think like our son or daughter. We should concern them as our son or daughter. Then always we are ready to forgive them. That is the place where we practice Dhamma. Especially in a retreat, we have a lot of chances to practice Dhamma. Not only listening to Dhamma and meditating, but even when we have some negative experiences or unpleasant experiences, there also we have opportunity to practice Dhamma. When we see something, when we hear something, if we are unhappy, it means the fault is in ours, not the fault is in the outside world. Whenever we are unhappy, that arises because of our perception, our attitude, our thinking pattern. If we can change our perception, we don't need to change anything in the outside material world or persons. We need to change only our perception. As soon as we change our perception, the world is like we like. All the things that we associate with, we like. As soon as we change the perception. Buddhism doesn't advise us to change the outside material world. We have to change only our perception based on loving kindness and mindfulness. That is the way how we attain the real happiness. We were born in this world to get the results from our life. We came to this world in order to overcome suffering. We came to this world to be happy. We came to this world in order to enjoy our life by practicing Dhamma, by associating with the Dhamma. Our life is so valuable. The value of our life depends on practicing Dhamma. In one side, practicing loving kindness meditation, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. We should see the world like moms, like mothers. Our parents have good behavior children. When they grow up, mothers and fathers don't take care of them. When they have some misbehavior children, disabled children, they take care of much their disabled, misbehavior children. If their children are very okay, very skillful, wise and intelligent, parents don't care of them. If there is a child who is disabled, who has some problems, misbehaviors, our mom, she takes care of her child until she dies. That is the nature of our parents. When we develop our loving kindness meditation, metta bhavana, we also come to that level. We are always ready to people who are needing some support. Not only material or physical support, but even many people need some mental support, spiritual support. We should help them. At least we should listen to them, what they say. That is very important. When we practice Dhamma, we enjoy with the environment. We enjoy with associating with others. Not only good people, even some misbehavior persons, we associate with them. That should be our purpose of life. Okay, now the time to practice silent meditation. You have 45 minutes for your silence meditation. First half hour I am here. After that final 15 minutes I will be near the library If anyone needs to talk to me or discuss something about your Dhamma questions, you can come and talk to me, discuss with me. I am ready to help you. Okay? 3:15, I will be in the library. I will be there. Anyone needs to discuss with me, can ask your questions. Dukkam pantāca nirdukkhaṃ Bhayam pantāca nirbhayam Sokam pantāca nissokam Hontu sabbe pipanino. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.